Let's be entirely honest for a second. If you wanted to design the perfect business, one with zero upfront manufacturing costs, an infinite supply of disparate customers, and built in protection against anyone criticizing your product, what would it look like? It would look like the exploitation of faith. And now I'm I'm not talking about genuine spirituality or people finding personal peace. I'm talking about the hustle, the holy hustle. And throughout history, politicians, cult leaders, and neighborhood scammers have realized that making money out of religion is is not just easy. It is mathematically one of the most efficient ways to manipulate human behavior. And but how do they do it? It's not magic. It's basic raw revolutionary psychology. And here is the exact things exploiters use to get inside people's heads. They rely on three massive psychological pressure points. One of them, weaponizing exceptional fear. Human beings are terrified of the unknown. We fear death, bad luck, sickness, and financial ruin. Exploiters create a monopoly on the solution. They tell you you are in danger, but we have the shield. The second one is the chosen one authority. By wearing the right clothes, using ancient terminology, or sounding incredibly confident, they trigger our deep rooted psychological instinct to obey authority. If they speak for the divine, who are you to argue? The third one, manufactured guilt. This is the cleverest part. If the remedy works, they take the credit and the money. If it doesn't work, they blame you. They say your faith wasn't strong enough, or you didn't donate enough, or you have hidden sins. It's a business model where the seller is never ever wrong. And to show you exactly how easy this is, let me tell you about a guy I actually knew. And I don't want to mention his name, let's call him X. Now, X was not a scholar. In fact, he spent a good chunk of time behind bars, just a regular guy caught up in a petty crime, looking for a way out. While he was sitting in that prison cell, he realized something. He didn't want to go back to breaking his back for a pennies, and he definitely didn't want to get caught doing straight crime again. He needed a legal high margin hustle, so he he picked up a few books on religion. He didn't study deep theology or philosophy. He just memorized a few specific phrases, learned how to project his voice, and mastered the specific vocabulary of spiritual affliction. The moment he got out, X didn't look for a regular job. He set up a business as a spiritual healer, a guy who performs ruqya, what's so-called ruqya, to cast out ghosts, jinn, or bad spirits. People would come to X completely desperate. Maybe their marriage was failing. Maybe they had a chronic anxiety, or maybe they just felt lost. And X would sit them down, dim the lights, and start reciting verses from the Quran in an incredible, intense, theatrical tone. Now, think about the psychology of the customer sitting there. They are already stressed out and highly suggestible. They atmospheric setting and the heavy recitation create a physical reaction. Their heart rate goes up, they might sweat or feel dizzy, and X tells them, see, that shaking, that's the entity leaving your body. Like, whoa. He reframed ordinary physical symptoms of stress and anxiety as a supernatural interference. And because he was using scared text, nobody dared to question his methods or his pricing. He went from a penniless ex-con to running a highly profitable cash only business, driving a nice car, all because he realized that people will pay an infinite amount of money to buy peace of mind from someone who claimed to holds the case of the insane. So whether it's politician using faith to secure millions of votes or an ex-prisoner reading a few lines to charge desperate people for a spiritual detox, the mechanism is exactly the same. It works because it preys on our deepest vulnerabilities. The loudest voices claiming to protect your soul are often the ones most interested in your wallet. When you understand the psychology behind this thing, the illusion completely vanishes.